Welcome everyone in this new live development video about building an auto battle game. In this video we're going to set up the victory system when a player wins the game. Wins not the game, wins a round when it comes to a match. But before we dive right in, I just wanted to say that I went ahead and created and renamed all of the animation we needed for the things to come. We're gonna need another animation, so we add the death animation which we had to rename everywhere, and I did. But I went ahead and in the same time I renamed the victory animation because we needed one, because when a player is gonna win a match, their units are gonna celebrate and they're going to have some kind of victory animation, just so we can clearly see what's going on there. So I didn't expand the system to the victory, to add the victory state yet, and I didn't add the death event to any of the other unit except the ranger. So we'll keep things with the ranger for now. So I went ahead and added the set anim states to each single other animation blueprint we had as well. So how is it gonna work? Because there is some kind of game design behind the decisions I made. So when a player is going to win, so there are going to be two different times, two different winning detection. The first one is when the last unit of a player dies, the game state is gonna react to this, but it's not going to declare its opponent player winner right away. It's gonna wait a bit in order to let any incoming projectile finish their trajectory. So for instance, if two archers from two players are remaining on the battlefield and they each have one else and they send their arrow to the other archer, they're gonna die at two different times, but really close to each other. So we're not going to declare the first archer which is going to land its arrow is not going to be declared the winner. Instead we're going to declare a draw, so both players are not going to win and both players are not going to lose either. It's going to be a draw. So we're going to have some kind of detection, and we want the units landing its arrow first to start celebrating before it dies from the other incoming arrow coming to him, and that will create some kind of climax where you will see your units starting to celebrate, but instead they die, and it's some kind of climax, and I like it. So we want to have some kind of and we want to handle that exception when two units remain and they kill each other. So we need to prepare the system for that. So we're going to need some kind of celebration animation. So it's going to be a unit state. So we're going to create a new unit state in our common anim state. We're going to have a victory here, but we're also going to have a victory in the unit state, because we actually want to send our units victory. We want to send our unit into the victory state behavior tree. So like this. So we have a victory state, so we're gonna add the victory state real quick in here, and we're gonna have to add this dead and this victory to everything, to every other blueprint, animation blueprint. So we can pass from victory to dead, but not from dead to victory. And in here we want the same that we have here. If we are dead, we're going to be sent back to the if we're dead when we're victorious, we're going to be sent to the dead state. And in here we want to be victory only if we are victorious. We're going to move there, and from jog run we can go to victory as well. So we want this. So we're fine with that. Our units are able to be victorious. So now we need to detect when so now we have to detect when we die, and I think we are actually calling this when we die. Yep. So when we are being sent to the victory state, we want to go there. We want to set this value. We want to be sent to the victory state of our behavior tree. And so we want to retrieve the event when we die, and right now the fight zone, I think the fight zone is receiving that information. Is the grid being does the grid record to the unit? No, it doesn't. Yeah. When the square does, and the grid record units. So when a unit's record, oh, we are lagging. Call dispatch, we're dispatching, but we're not binding ourselves. So I think we're gonna bind ourselves, but we need to unbind ourselves afterwards. We're gonna bind ourselves to the fact that this unit has its state modified, and we're gonna create a new function on unit state modified, which is gonna take a unit and a state. Unit state in unit new state. We want to switch on this, and for now we just want to print on unit died like this. Yeah, we want to, what do we want to bind here? We want to bind the newly created in there, and we want to unbind when the unit unregisters, and bind to on state not all events, just the one we bound before end. But we have to make sure that we actually unregister the unit when we send them back to the pool. When the unit is being pooled, we are not telling the initial square that we want to clear it, and I think we do want to clear it. Clear hosted unit like this. So we're gonna receive a print string when a unit gets killed. Yep, the unit died, and it keeps dying because the unit keeps attacking. So yeah, this is throwing error because we might not have initial square if we are when the unit is being created. This is being triggered because we instantly send the units in the pool. So this is throwing errors. Do we have other errors? No, we don't. So this is fine. We're fine with this. So we were properly receiving this information, and we want to keep track of all units we have and to remove them when they die in the fight zone. So when a unit registers, we want to keep track of this. And we want to be adding that units to the list of alive units, which this is going to be an array. We want to be adding only once. And when a unit changed state on state modified, we want to be calling what the parent does. But actually I think we don't want to do anything for now here. We want to switch on states. And actually, if the unit is being revived, I think we will need to add it here, and I don't know how we will retrieve the fact that it has been revived. When we revive the unit, we're going to put it back to looking for target, but we don't want to be adding the units whenever it's starting to look at targets, to be looking for a target. We have some kind of issue here. We shouldn't have. It's not so clean. So we'll care about reviving later on. But if we do this, if we don't care about this now, it might blow in our ends later on. For now, we're just gonna keep things that way. So when the unit dies, it's being removed from here. And if we don't have any more units there, we're gonna get the game state. And we're gonna tell it that all the units from player died. We want to open up our game state. On player units dead, combat on player units dead. We want a string here. I'm having okay. On player units dead, in player. So all of my units are dead. I'm going to warn you. Game state. We're going to find the opponent player to that one, and we're going to print the name of the winner. And if we put the exact same amount of units, and if we have a draw, we're going to have two prints. Yeah, and they keep attacking, and that's an issue. We basically want to send all of the remaining units into victory mode. So we're sending them in victory mode when they win. But it won't be triggering. I'm afraid they might keep attacking. Check if attacking, if our unit state, if we're not moving and our unit state is fighting, we're gonna start attack loop, else we're gonna stop attack loop. And when the unit is sent to the victory state, we're modifying this. This is fine. But we should be so I think it's here that we have to do something like this. So when we are victorious, on victory, we want to be calling victory here. And I think we want to put that into a function. Set AI state. And we don't want to be using this everywhere like this. Only where it matters. I mean, not with all the wires. And we want to be putting this in a function as well. Unpooled, like this. Okay, so we're fine with this, I think. So on victory, what do we want to do here? We want to set the anim state, and we want to set the AI state. And we might want to do something else, but for now we'll just see what it does, because it should also... Oh yeah, we didn't add the logic to our behavior tree. So we're gonna copy and paste this, add this here. So if we are victorious, we're gonna wait. Apparently they are victorious, but we never actually added the animation in the animation blueprint. I want to do something regarding units. The knight is gonna have like a lot of else, the wolf rider as well. The grunt is gonna have a bit more else. The ranger is gonna be squishy as hell. The warrior is gonna be a bit squishy. The mage is gonna be squishy as hell. The grunt, we said it. The footman is gonna be a bit beefy. We're gonna save. The footman is gonna do a lot of damage. The archer a bit less. The grunt is gonna do a bit more than the footman. The mage is gonna do a bit more than the archer. The warrior is going to do a bit less than the footman, a bit like the footman, maybe a bit less. The wolf rider is not gonna do so much damage, so is the knight. And the ranger is not gonna do... The archer and the ranger are gonna do less damage, and the archer is gonna have like 12 when the ranger is gonna have like, yeah. I wanted some beef units so that I can be sure of the outcome of the fights when we'll be using more units. But they're gonna take ages. Oh, why are they already? Why were they not max health? I think I know why. So we have a winner here. Apparently this is the winning animation. So we are happy to have one. Oh. So sometimes this is being called, so sometimes a void unit register unregisters. So we want to be protected from that. So I'm starting to think that, so everything is working on that side. We are properly sent here. Else we will be, if it wasn't working, we will still be fighting, throwing in the attack loop, I mean. So this guy is actually starting to win, but we want to make sure that he's winning. So start win timer for player. This is gonna be a string for player. Awaiting winners, which is gonna be a string, a map with a player's with a float. This is gonna be a map of timers. So we're gonna add that guy with a timer, which is gonna be a variable called win timer duration, which is gonna be like 5, and it's gonna be public. Not 5, not at all, like 2. And we're gonna have a new function called consume winner timers, which is going to be called in tick, and this is gonna ask, do we have, we're gonna delete this, we want a boolean, we want to be calling this b should consume winner timers, like this. And in the event graph, in our start win timer for player, we're gonna set this to true. And we're gonna have another function which is cancel winner timer, which is going to be called when you're getting denied the win and enter a draw phase. So what do we want to do when we consume the timer? We want to loop through all of our timers. We want to loop through keys, and we want to find each of the player here, and we want to reduce the timer he has. This minus get world delta seconds. If this minus is inferior, if this is inferior or equal to 0, my bad, what do we want to do here? We want to declare that player winner, it won't be able to be removed from the pool of timed winner. Declare winner, which is going to be a string. So if this is inferior or equal to 0, that guy is a winner. If not, we're going to reduce the amount of time remaining before winning. By that, we want that value here. And if we declare that guy as a winner, we're gonna have a round winners. For now, we're going to do it that way, which is going to be a string like this. Declare winner, round winner, we're going to add that guy, and we're going to clear this when we're going to the combat phase. We're going to clear this like that, like that. So we declare that guy as a winner. Cancel winner timer is gonna have a string, and we're trying to cancel the winner timer. We're gonna make sure this does not contain. So if that guy's unit has been hit in the end but is already been declared as a winner, is not gonna lose. So we want to remove him from here. We don't want to do that actually. So this is going to be called if we receive on player units dead, but the guy has already been crowned king. So we can't be cancelling his winner timer. So we just want to check if this contains that guy. If it does, we're just gonna remove him from here. He's not gonna be a winner. Or is he? We'll see how we handle draw. Because we need to keep track of who won, who lost, because we want to deal damage after that. So we only want to be doing this if there's a draw. Declare winner, declare draw. So for now we'll just remove him and he won't be able to be crowned winner. So we have a winner here. So all of these units should be invulnerable at that time. Oh yeah, but we want to remove him here actually. In here we want to remove the guy from the map. So when we try to declare a draw, we indeed need to find if that guy is here. If round winners contains, we're going to remove the guy from round winners. Like this. Sorry. And if false, oh yeah, we have to check both actually, because the guy might be in the in the timing list to be declared winner, so we need to know both. But it might be already, so yeah. We should be doing this. My bad. If the guy is already in the draw list, we're going to, in the lists. If he's still in the timer, we're going to remove him and he's going to be declared winner. Draw. Okay, so I know it's a bit confusing, but we're gonna look through the logic real quick. So when someone dies, we're not going to print his name. We're looking at all of his units and we're sending them in the victory. In the victory stage, we start the win timer for that player, which adds the player into a map of timer. This lasts for 2 seconds. And we tell the game that we should, and we tell that boolean that it's now true. And in tick we are trying to consume the win timers. Do we have one? Yeah, we do. If we do, we're looping at all of our winners. And we are consuming their timers, and where their timers it's 0, we are declaring player winners and removing them from the timer. So we need to know if this is empty. We want the length of this. If the length is 0, no more winners to be declared. We'll set this to false. We don't have any more winners. But we can only win for now, we can't be declared. We can be declared draw for now, so when all of my units died, we're gonna declare draw on, we're automatically gonna declare draw on the opposing player of that guy. So that sounds strange, but we only want to do this if that guy is actually, that guy already won or is in the winning, or is on the race to win. So only if we, so we're gonna do it better. So when all of a player units died, we want to check if the opponent player is contained within this or that. If the opposing player contains this, we're indeed gonna declare a draw on that guy, but also on that guy. If not, we're just going to do this. Declare draw, declare winner. So we're going to print here to see what's going on there. So yeah, we're gonna add this guy here and we're going to remove it there if we ever happen to contain him. Oh no, we can never be doing this. So yeah, we have a winner and it's the same. And now what if we have only this? Oh, I'm dumb. We're gonna have the same because we printed the same thing. Oh, he's still alive, but he should be dead. I think he was sent to death and victory in the same time. Almost in the same time. Which made the bug. we're just gonna build this draw. Win. So we want to see draw. So we have a draw and we have a win. We're not supposed to have a win. That's because when we draw the guys, we're not removing them from this. So when all of the player units die, we should be removing them from here if they are being contained. So we want to remove the guy which was looking to win. Both died. They draw. And we want to start over. So looks like it's a draw. So it's working on that side. And if we have like a clear victory, what happens? Does it work? It's a win. So that's fine on that side. So I think it's going to wrap up that video, and we're gonna continue this logic in the next one. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video and hope to see you there. Bye bye.